I was kind of mixed on this. Like, I was originally, when I saw this news break out, I was actually really pissed off. Like, really pissed off because I just made a video, literally at the time I make this, anyways, as I record this, yesterday, making a video talking about how Spider Man finally made its way onto PC, which was through Steam. And I thought at the time, and I still stand by it, it's a great thing to see that, with that game being on PC now. But there, because at the time I made that video, there was, I think it was about 3 or 4 days after it released. But now, apparently, there was a little something in the game that kind of suggests that Sony could potentially be making their own little application for PC. Like, how basically other third parties, with like EA and their application Origin, which is garbage. Ubisoft with Uplay, even worse than Origins, but still garbage. And then with the biggest one, that I feel like has been giving Steam a little bit of a run for their money, but I don't think they're going to be able to touch them anytime soon because Steam has quite a bit of users. They've got a lot of other exclusives, etc. But the Epic Game Store, Epic has really been, like I said, just kind of giving them a run for their money, in my opinion. But I still don't like that particular platform. I tried using it once. It was for like a free-to-play game that I can't even remember the freaking name for, but I tried it. I didn't like the interface. I get it, though. It's still new. Who knows? Maybe it'll surpass it, but that's not what we're talking about. And I also forgot to mention this, but Microsoft with the Xbox Game Pass, right? Because you obviously don't need an Xbox console to play any games that come out that are from Microsoft. And of course, Microsoft's been scooping up a bunch of different companies left and right, Bethesda being one, the Activision Blizzard being the most recent. So the thing is, now you can play a lot of those games through your PC now, again, through the Game Pass. So Sony has recently been, as you know, bringing some games, some older games, mind you, from like the PS4 onto Steam's platform, and the numbers have been very well. Like, the numbers definitely don't lie. They're performing very well. People are buying them. There's a big demand for it. So now I think with this, again, because this has been found within the Spider-Man game, and it's suggesting that Sony's going to make their own little service, and I would not be surprised. And at first, when I saw this, like I said, I was incredibly pissed off. Like, I was thinking to myself, oh my God, really? Another fucking application that we have to have on our PCs? But then I really started to think about it. I was like, if the benefit here is that we get a lot of the new games that are on PS5 right now, like, side by side with not only on the PS5 but also on on the PC, day one, like, sign me up, because I feel like this is a good thing now. Yes, we have to install some new little application on our PCs, whatever, but I think the benefit here is that Sony has a lot of IPs that they can really work with, like, going on to the PS4, where they're at currently with the PS5. And hell, I believe, if I remember correctly, Sony's been trying to put a lot of more PS3 titles onto their service as well. And also, I'm pretty sure that if they wanted to, they could put more PS2 stuff, because they do have some PS2 games that you can purchase. Maybe bring back the PS1 classics. Like, it's just like, it's kind of a no-brainer. They've got a lot of first-party IPs, and I think that, obviously the only reason that they're thinking about doing this, again, potentially, if they are potentially looking into doing this, then obviously they don't have to share any of the profits with Steam, so they keep all that. And they're a big enough company that they can make this happen for themselves. So I'm not too surprised now, because, again, I was so mad about this, and I just, again, taking the time to really think about, like, what the benefits are for us. Like, we're the winners. Just think about it. Like, they could really get to work in porting a lot of the stuff that's on PS5 now. Like, I know I talked about this in the last video briefly, but like Returnal, I really hope that that game was going to be coming onto Steam. And whether it comes onto Steam or if it comes onto this new service that Sony, again, potentially could make, that's still a win for us because now we get it on PC. And for somebody like myself, I still can't find a PS5. Like, anytime I hear anytime I see a new article about like how there's new stock at, say, like a Walmart or a Best Buy or something like that, I've actually checked on this. I would see it online. There wouldn't be anything there, so I just thought, well, maybe I'll get lucky. Go to these places. Again, Best Buys, Targets, Walmarts, GameStops, you name it. I've gone to a lot of these places. There is nothing. Like, the only new consoles that I really see is like the Xbox Series S. Not the X, the S. The all-digital version. So, and the only time I've really seen an Xbox Series X was at one of my local retro game stores. They had like 4 of them at the time, out of the box and everything. But still, like, those things are gone now. They flew off the shelves. That's what they told me last I was there. I was getting some movies, but I've yet to see any PlayStation 5s just out randomly. I don't see them at all, and it's upsetting because at the time I did want one, but I said to myself, if I didn't have to buy a system, like spend $500 or even potentially more, because there's been rumor about how the PlayStation 5 might be going up in price. And I'm thinking to myself, well, that's stupid, because now it's like, I don't want to buy that system. Now, with all this news that's been coming out as of within the last 12 hours, like, I would love to get it on my PC. I have a completely reliable, good gaming PC right here. So if I can just pay somewhere between $30 and $60 or something like that for games that I can download onto my PC, bring it on. Like, I'm okay with that. There's so many other IPs that Sony has that they can work with, as I mentioned before. But I just wanted to show the article here. This one comes from PC Gamer, and I'm not going to go into all the details because I basically kind of talked about a lot of that. But right here at the start here, a reference to PlayStation PC Launcher was found in the PC version of Marvel's Spider-Man, basically what we've been talking about. So, like I said, I just put that video up there, and I did kind of do a little bit of a breakdown of what kind of games would be brought onto the platform, onto the Steam platform. But now that this is starting to circulate more and more, I'm just like, I still agree with everything that I put on in that video. And if you want to check it out, you can go ahead and see for yourself. I know I probably missed a few games here and there, but it's been popping up all over. I think there was one on IGN's page. After really thinking about it, I would love this, because I'm not too big on the current generation of consoles right now, to be completely honest with you guys. I really don't see the benefit in having any of these consoles because they're just PCs anyway. They get heavily updated like almost weekly or every other week, sometimes even daily. The games themselves get updated constantly, and it's like, at that point, why even get physical games anymore? Because if you're going to be downloading like 10 to 20 plus gigs worth of updates for these games, your physical copy doesn't mean shit, and you really don't own the whole game itself, like that whole experience. Because, and I'm sure you've all heard this before, but like, say those servers go down years down the road, like, and your consoles, you've had it for so long and it just gives out, you buy a new one, right? Where are you going to get these downloads from? You're going to play essentially a gimped version of that game. So that's why I've kind of adopted more with PC gaming. I mean, hell, I really got into PC gaming years ago during the 7th generation, like near the end of the 7th generation. And then going into the PS4 and Xbox One, the 8th gen, like, I don't know, I've just been more PC anyways. And there's so many other advantages aside from getting games on Steam and whatnot, because emulation. Sorry, but I like emulation. And plus, if it's going to save me hundreds of dollars, which a lot of these retro games are skyrocketing nowadays, Yeah, that's all I want to do is just play them. Like, why would I want to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to have it on the shelf? I mean, I love my Saturn, as you can see, on the shelf here. I've got very few titles for that. But look at a lot of the games that are for the Saturn. Like, they're stupid expensive. Would I love to have Burning Rangers? Yeah, sure. I'd love to have it, but would I want to spend like $1,000 for it? Fuck no. Would I want to get Panzer Dragoon Saga? Absolutely. I have the first two, but would I want to spend like $1,500 on that shit? Like, or like at minimum 12? No. I don't want to spend that kind of money on those games. Fuck that. I'm really all for it at this particular point because, yeah, like I said, we're the winners. Like, if I can't play it on a PS5 console, and especially if I can't find the damn thing, like, what's the point? And especially also if it does, climb up in price, in the next however many months or even next year or whatever, like, that's going to really put me off. In fact, it's already put me off. Like, I don't even want to bother with it. So I'm actually like really hoping that Sony does this, because if they do, that's going to incentivize them to bring more games to that platform faster, and we get more of the great games that they have via PS4 and PS5, and they'll just be in an unbelievably better quality. Probably a little bit cheaper, maybe. I don't know. Spider-Man wasn't exactly that cheap. I feel like it should have been $50, but whatever. That's just me. I think it's a good thing. It just sucks that we have to download a new launcher on our PCs, but if that's what we have to do, and if we actually get those games brand new for the PS5, but we can also get them for the PC as well, or even if it's just like a month or two later, because they gotta like make sure everything is going to run well for PC platforms or what, I don't know, whatever it is they have to do. Like, if it is going to come out for PC, and if it takes about that much time, that's cool. That's better than waiting like over a year, maybe 2 years if they were going to stick with the Steam platform. So I'm okay with this, but I was just surprised to see this so fast, and especially since I made that video literally yesterday. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.